You're listening to the Purdy Girl Podcast. I'm your host, Ashley Kelly Purdy. My mission is to connect military spouses, fiancés, girlfriends, and booty calls worldwide. So let's do this. Hey everybody, welcome back to Purdy Girl Podcast. I just got back from Charleston and we are just going to do a quick little podcast today. I wanted to upload Christy's podcast that I did while I was up visiting her in South Carolina. I still need to edit it, however, so it should be coming out later this month. So stay tuned for that. It was such a fun trip up there. I love the energy that she provides and that she really just kind of cultivates amongst the people that live up there. I admire what she's doing so much. I think it's really cool that she just really felt the need to connect with women, like-minded women in her area. And so she created this event, the Gather and Get Real event. And that was her fourth one that she did. And it was so inspiring. It was really cool to see people come together. These ladies, some of them had been there before, some of them, it was their very first time. And I just feel like it's something that we all really need. It's that deeper connection that I think a lot of us crave. So I admire that a lot because I know how scary that can be to put something out there to be like, hey, I want to have some people over, have this event, even if you're charged for it or not. Like, there's always that fear of, oh my God, nobody's going to come. Nobody's going to show up. Like, what am I doing? And people always show up, or, sometimes they don't, but it's the people that are meant to show up always will. And I think that is what is the most important thing. So if you are thinking about starting an event or really just wanting to put something together like that, where you're wanting to connect with women in your area, I hope that by seeing someone like Christy do that, or even someone like me starting the book club, whatever you're wanting for yourself and for that connection for your community, I hope that you see that and just it gives you the permission that you need to move forward with that, because it is scary. I remember the first time I really put out the idea for a book club and I felt totally vulnerable. I felt like just having that fear of nobody's going to come. I'm such a loser. But that's the thing, is it turned into this really amazing connection with these people that were in my area. And I love it so much. We have now a book club that's ongoing here in Destin that I try to do once a month, and I do it at my place. And that's the thing, is I didn't even know how much I needed it until I put it together. So if that's something that's on your heart, I hope that you listen to it. Even if it is super scary, just put it out there into the zeitgeist and people will come. If they're meant to come, they will. I still remember that first initial feeling of needing to start a book club. I don't know if it's like a sign or intuition or the universe or God. I don't even know, but I just remember it being so intense and it wouldn't leave me alone. And let's be honest, it's not about the book. Like, I like having a book to read, and that's wonderful that we all can bond over that sort of thing. But really, it's not about the book. It's about getting together, sharing a glass of wine or sparkling water, having a snack, and just really talking about stuff that's going on in your life, especially in this area. Mostly right now, it's a lot of military spouses. And I think that is really cool and it's really needed. I feel like personally, I need it so much because a lot of my life as a military spouse is completely consumed with my husband's job. Where we live is all about my husband's job. And I needed this for myself. It's just my kind of thing. And there are a lot of different things that I try to, I'm just really intentional about, because it does kind of freak me out to think about in the future waking up and being like, what even is my life? Like, what am I doing? I have this, I don't know if it's an irrational fear, or I'm just really intentional about making sure I have my own Ashley Kelly life, and that Bennett is a part of my life and he's not my whole life. And same with the military. It's easy to get sucked into whatever your significant other's career is. I think that's pretty dang common. And then adding kids on top of that, I just see, I guess, so many women lose themselves, whether it's like friends and family or women on Oprah. I don't know. I just see, I feel like I hear it all the time. They're like, I don't even know who I am anymore. And so I'm like, okay, how can I be intentional about making sure I keep my own Ashley Kelly life and have a plethora of things that I really enjoy doing, my own hobbies, my own interests. And I think that's important. And I know people are like, you're really making this book club mean something that it doesn't. But that's the thing, is these friendships, these relationships, and these meetups mean so much to me. And it's just that even reminder yesterday with meeting all these girls up in Charleston and getting to know them and getting to know their stories a little bit and connecting with them on like a deeper level. And it was intimate. It was in Christy's apartment. It was so lovely. And it was just that reminder of, yeah, we need this. We definitely need more human connection, interaction. Get off your phones and go and talk and meet with people like face to face. This is going to be a conversation I feel like I have all the time, because I was talking about it with my husband the other day. It's interesting. I mean, I I would say I'm a pretty social person. I like to have a lot of relationships. I like to have conversations with people constantly all the time. And so a lot of times I will be working, I'll be doing things in the apartment, and I'll be on maybe social media or texting throughout the day. And I feel like I'm being social because of those conversations. But truly, if you really think about it, I mean, I'm really not. And I'm kind of confusing human interaction with the social media and with the text messages and even like FaceTime. I love FaceTime and I love Marco Polo, and it is a wonderful tool, especially because I am so far away from family and friends. It's wonderful. I'm able to connect with the people that I love the most, but there's still that human connection that I still need. And I have to make it happen. I actually have to create it or it won't happen. And I wonder if you ever feel that same way too. It's like so easy to confuse. It's so easy to confuse that connection just through your phone, confuse it with someone like connection with, like I experienced last night with these women in this room. It's so different. The energy is like exactly what I needed. It filled my cup so much in just like a different kind of way, and it inspired me. And I really wanted to touch on that today. I really wanted to talk more about how we can connect more as humans, as women, and just to never forget or neglect that need. You know, I started this podcast especially to connect with military spouses, and I feel like this is something common that I hear with the women that I chat with is the moving around a lot and having to start over and having to really get outside your comfort zone and do the thing, be social. It is challenging, and you have to really, some days are easier than others, but just like convince yourself to do the thing. And if you are in a place in your life where you feel like you're craving more, you're craving like just a deeper connection, more meaningful conversation, less surface level bullshit. You know, I mean, I can get together and talk about The Bachelor all day long, But also, I want to talk about the real stuff. Like, tell me about your childhood. Tell me about what you went through. Tell me about your hopes, dreams, and fears. Like, what are you working on? What are you excited about? That's how you connect on a deeper level. I'm just so over the surface level BS. So I'm wondering if you're feeling that same way. Like, what can you do? Would you be open to creating like even a book club or just even a brunch date with some people in your area and have that be the goal and the focus of like, I want to connect on a deeper level? That might sound, I don't know if you want to phrase it like that. Maybe you do. However the heck you want to phrase it, whatever works best for you. I think if you're feeling that and it's something that keeps showing up for you, I guarantee that if you just step outside of your comfort zone, create some kind of meetup, it'll be scary AF, but it will be so worth it. And this is me giving you the permission to go for it. You never know what can happen. You never know what kind of friendships can blossom, and it can be really beautiful, and it can be an awesome learning lesson for yourself. And it's important to go through those kind of things, I think. So I hope that brought some kind of value. It's a really quick one today. I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of exhausted after traveling. I'm going to unpack and probably take a nice long nap. So I hope you guys have the best rest of your week, and I will see you on Monday. Thank you for listening to Purdy Girl Podcast. If you have a second, please rate and review and share this podcast with somebody you think would love it. See you next week.